Black people can be racist. I don't care. You can disagree all the heck you want, but black people can be racist. I'm not even going to. I said what I said. Okay. If you're one of the idiots who believe otherwise, then bless your heart. Okay, because racism can occur between any race. All right. So over the weekend, you heard about the horrible stabbing of a young Ukrainian woman who was riding the train in Charlotte and whose life was taken by a black homeless man. All right. Now, there were several other riders on the train, and he picks her just randomly. He's just, if you've seen the video, you'll get what I'm talking about, right? So he's like minding his business at first, and then she comes and sits down in front of him, okay? And all of a sudden, you just see like he perks up a little bit, like it's like she grabs his attention just by existing. All right, she never said anything to him, nothing. So, and of course, like each and every day, more and more is coming out about this guy, about the whole situation in total, about the city failing, the mayor, the governor, all of that and above, and all of these things about, well, so and so, well, he was released. Like he has a rap sheet, okay? It's not like it was his first offense and no one knew. No, he had a rap sheet, or has a rap sheet. He's still alive, and he just kept getting pass after pass after pass after pass. Now, crimes, okay, unexcusable crimes. This one, of course, is one of them. Major, big deal. Why do they continue to let people like him out of prison, knowing that their mental state is definitely in need of some major repair, help, overhaul? Where are the mental institutions? These cities receive funding for mental health, but they're not utilizing it. There should be no reason why the mentally ill are still out there and not getting help. There should be no reason. If you're receiving funding for it, then why aren't you utilizing that? Why? Because they're pocketing the money and using it for other situations. It's a ruse. They're just pretending like they're going to use the money for its intent and purpose, which is for those who need mental health rehabilitation, but they're not. They're pocketing it. It was known throughout the judicial system, his arrests, his lawyers, the judges who released him, yada, 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 that this man was unstable. And instead of doing what they should have done, instead of keeping the citizens safe, the citizens of Charlotte safe, the taxpayers safe, we as taxpayers, we pay into the system because we believe, or the system's supposed to be there for us. But when you get with these democratic cities and states, it's the opposite. That girl should have never lost her life. And to the judge who let him go here. This is on you. The responses from the officials in that city, in Charlotte, shame on you. You guys are disgusting. Or don't take it out on the homeless people. Don't treat them any different. Look, one, this is on you. You're not getting the homeless the help that they need. This is on you. Two, people, stay vigilant. Stay vigilant. I don't know if I mentioned it on this channel or not, but there was a situation downtown where I live. My sister and I are walking downtown in the morning. We were going to an event, and there's this homeless guy partially dressed in a medical gown. There's a hospital not far from where we parked. Not exactly sure if that's the same hospital he came from, but he's walking down the street. Black guy. Walking down the street, and he's just talking to himself. Now, my sister and I, we heavily believe in in the Second Amendment, so of course we stay ready. I like to say we got flavors. They can choose a flavor if they want to. But regardless, he's walking down the street, talking to himself. There's no one else around him. There are few people walking to and from their cars. But at the time that my sister and I were walking, there was no one else on that street. Parked cars, but no one else was walking on that street that day except for the three of us. Now, we noted, we were walking to our car and he was about to walk past us, but we stopped and he stops. From what we can tell, he wasn't carrying anything. He just looked like he was just empty-handed. But that's not a risk I'm willing to take. So, what did we do? We stepped off the curb to avoid passing him. Because when he saw that we stopped, he stopped, and then he just stood off to the side. And then he wasn't talking. 2 females were about to cross that man's path. And who knows what he would have done. What he would have tried to do. He probably wouldn't have done anything. But I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take that chance. This situation is telling on a lot. So after, again, we stepped off to avoid crossing him, he notices and he proceeds to walk down the sidewalk. And we kept our eyes on him. I'm big sister, so I made sure my little sister was closer and basically like she wasn't far from me. I was in protective mode, of course, for the both of us, but of course, big sis in the house type thing. So, but yeah, it's stuff like that. Now the media is out here trying, certain parts of the media are out here trying to spin it. The people who are pro-Ukraine, where are you guys, huh? This is a Ukrainian woman here who lost her life fleeing the very country that you are out here protesting that needs to be protected. You're flying their flags above the, in place of the American flag, rather. You got the bumper stickers, you got the shirts, you got the flags outside of your home and your neighborhoods, and, yay, Zelensky, boo, Putin type vibes. But here's a Ukrainian woman, and you guys are dead silent. Why? Why? You guys can look up the video yourselves. I'm not going to show it. Because it's disgusting. I get sick when I see it. Because that was just pure evil. Demon mode activated. That guy should have never been on the streets. And now, check out this story. Hold on a second. Oh, of course. Let me say this too. Let me finish this portion. So, Trump is planning to look into the killing of, I'm going to butcher this, and I apologize in advance, Aranya Zartuska on a train in Charlotte, the young lady from Ukraine who was unalived, just minding her business. Trump is like, horrible. I'll know all about it tomorrow. The Charlotte mayor refused to condemn the attacker. So therefore, that's why Trump is about to get in it. Why not? These government officials, these local government officials need to be held accountable for their lack of service per the people who put them in office. Teresa Stokes, and I apologize in advance, my mouth is numb. So, she's the magistrate judge. Teresa Stokes was releasing criminals like the Carlos Brown, and I want you to go look her up. Teresa Stokes. Guess what race she is? I'll leave that there. She was releasing criminals like the Carlos Brown, the demon who took the life of that innocent woman, so she could get taxpayer paid treatment, they have it in quotations, at her Pinnacle Recovery Services company. Yes, she has pronouns. Oh, like that should tell you a lot right there. But, excuse me, she's a chief operations officer at Pinnacle Recovery Services. Magistrate judge. Yeah. So disgusting. Apparently she's listed as the co-owner of Pinnacle Recovery Services. She's been since 2015, and director of operations at Second Chance Services in Charlotte, North Carolina since September 2023, overlapping with her North Carolina magistrate role since April 2023. Yeah. Call it conflict of interest. She's one of many who are part of the problem. And there was another lady who recently lost her life at the hands of a black man while walking her dogs. Hold on a second, I got you. All right, here you go. From the New York Post. Pint-sized Auburn veterinarian professor hacked to death by fiend while walking her dog in the park. A beloved ex-veterinarian professor was to death while walking her dog in an Alabama park where she took her pet to exercise almost every day. The demon stole her truck and fled, but was caught by cops a short distance away the next day. The body of, her name was Dr. Julie Gard Chanel. She was 59, a former professor of large animal medicine at Auburn University's College of Veterinary Medicine, was discovered in a wooded area of Kiesel Park in Auburn on Saturday afternoon. She had driven to the park with her dog in her red Ford F-150 pickup truck. The pup stuck by his owner's body and was found unharmed. The truck was recovered on Sunday, a couple minutes drive away on Wire Road. Harold Rashad Dabney III, 28, from Montgomery, was arrested and charged with capital murder. A mother, dog lover. I believe she was also married, I'm not sure, but this woman had a life. She had a family. She was minding her own business. 5'2", short, small. And the demon that took her life, guess what race? Guess what race? Why? The demon was arrested on Beehive Road, just off I-85, after the Auburn police received a call reporting a suspicious person. So right now he is being held without bond at the Lee County Jail. He should not be let out. So, disgusting. Disgusting. And I'm anxious to hear more about him and like what his rap sheet is like. Here, a Georgia daycare worker who beat a 1-year-old, a baby, until he was black and blue, was released on bail. Sick. Just guess what race? Just guess. Guess. A baby. She was charged last month with beating the 1-year-old until his face was black and blue. And the judge who released her received a firestorm of threats. Because you released a demon. Why would you do that? That baby had no way to defend himself. No way. What could he have done to have caused her to snap on him like that? She could have, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna need therapy and a lot of treatment and they're on after this. But it could have, she could have, yeah, ended his life. Disgusting. Again, black racists are real. Blacks can be racist. I don't care. I'm gonna say it. You can be all mad, huff and puff. You know, you go kick rocks in your Crocs. I don't care. I said what I said. Blacks, there's no reason for it. Why? You guys will be all shaken up to be out there defending a black guy who got beat. You're crazy to go after that. Again, I said it once before. Where's Black Lives Matter? If Black Lives Matter so much, then why aren't you in these cities going and holding these government officials accountable? Many of them are Democrat, or, well, I'll say this. They're Democrat because only Democrats are out for the chaos. So they lick their lips at that because they see money and they have no intentions on using that money for those intended purposes. You get the funding for it, but screw the funding. And then you want to continue to say, oh, we don't get help for the people, the Trump administration, MAGA, they hate us, yada, yada, yada. But look at what you're doing. Look at what you're allowing. But folks like Al Sharpton and all the other race hustlers and AOC and Maxine Waters and well, you could say Jasmine Crockett, but she's no longer in anymore. She's irrelevant now. Made a bunch of noise about nothing. But, or for nothing rather. But, yeah. Black folks are racist. It is what it is. You got racists on all sides, actually. Every culture, every ethnicity, racist. Racism exists there. That's what it is. The black race is not holier than thou. They're out here ruining and ending lives. White lives. It shouldn't have happened. This shouldn't be a thing. They should not be released on the streets. But the stories are continuing to develop. I advise you all to go check them out. Do some research. Stay up to date on them. Carmelo Anthony is another one. I know it's kind of gotten a little quiet on that, but I hadn't forgotten about it. Still same thing on that. There's Sarah Uncensored on X. Check her out. She's the one who's doing hardcore journalism on the Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf case. And the amount of craziness that she has uncovered that a lot in the media are not covering shows you how this has been made about race, and black privilege does exist. Black races exist. Black privilege exists. I've given you several recent instances on it. There's plenty of others out there to how it happens. I mean, that it happens. Not how it happens, that it happens. That it's a real thing. But I'm not going to keep harping on it. I can go about this all day, but I don't have time for that because a lot of y'all are just going to be lost in the dark regardless. So I'm just speaking mainly to those who are actually going to get it, understand it, and continue to follow up with the stories. But hey, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell, receive notifications for when I do drop a new video. I appreciate you all for stopping in. If it's your first time, please come back. And if you've come back before, continue going. Check me out on Instagram. I post a lot more there. And stay vigilant, guys. I don't care what your race is, what race you're around. If you've been there before and everything seems like nothing's ever happened, don't ever let your guard down. The demons are out. They're wreaking havoc. The Democrats are covering for them. Keep your head on the swivel. I'll check you guys on the next one. God bless. Stay prayed up. See you next time.